The ultimate battle of knowledge and wit. 20 universities, over 2,000 brain-cracking questions, and more than 50 million shillings worth of prizes up for grabs. Who will come out on top? It's the Ultimate University Quiz Season 2. Please welcome the quiz mistress, Lydia Laquaniero.
Welcome to Game 14, Round 1. We are in the semi-finals. Now, in this game, we meet our champions from Season 1. Mbarara University of Science and Technology will be taking on the ever-steady Lira University. This quiz is sponsored by Bank of Uganda, brought to you by Vision Group, and powered by Net Studios Africa. We now meet our participating teams. Lira University, take your position. One of these teams will be advancing to the finals. The other we shall meet in the third place playoffs. Mbarara University, take your positions. Welcome our Season 1 champions. Mbarara University, do you think you can take on Lira University?
Yes, we do.
Well, we pray for you. Lira University, you think this is your chance to knock out Mbarara University? Still in the game. Category in Round 1, Game 14 is banking. Our students, you know the rules, but I will read them to you again. I'm going to put a question to you. You answer correctly for 10 points. You get it wrong, your competition gets a chance to answer the exact same question for 10 points. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you ready? Mbarara University, in case of default by the borrower, the banker can sell the pledged goods blank. These are your options: A, immediately; B, after issuing notice to the borrower; C, after obtaining court's order; D, with the consent of the borrower. One of them is the correct answer.
The correct answer is C, after obtaining the court order.
C is not the correct answer. Lira University.
B.
B is the correct answer. Lira University. Pledge can be created by blank. These are your options: A, actual delivery; B, constructive delivery; C, symbolic delivery; D, any of the above methods. A is not the correct answer. Mbarara University, your chance to equalize.
The correct answer is D.
D is the correct answer. Mbarara University, letter of continuity should be taken in the case of blank. These are your options: A, advances to companies; B, overdraft or cash credit account; C, time barred advances; D, accounts of the deceased borrowers.
The answer is D.
Please read out your answer.
The answer is D, accounts of the deceased borrowers.
That is not the correct answer. Lira University.
B.
B is, in fact, the correct answer. Lira University. The right to retain goods or property of a debtor for the debt is known as blank. These are your options: A, set off; B, lien; C, appropriation; D, none of the above.
B.
B, in fact, is the correct answer. Mbarara University, a bill of lading is blank. These are your options: A, a negotiable instrument; B, quasi-negotiable instrument; C, a non-negotiable instrument; D, non-transferable instrument.
C.
C is not the correct answer. Lira University.
B.
B is the correct answer. Lira University. Commercial banks provide credit only to blank. These are your options: A, trade and industry; B, agriculture and trade; C, trade, agriculture and industry; D, none of the above. One of them is the correct answer.
C.
C, in fact, is the correct answer. Mbarara University. One of the differences between an investment company and a bank is that a bank, blank. These are your options: A, can accept deposit and also borrow money, but an investment company can accept deposit but cannot borrow money. B, can accept deposit but cannot borrow money, whereas an investment company cannot accept deposit. C, can accept deposit but an investment company cannot accept deposit. Which one is the answer?
A.
A is incorrect. Lira University.
B.
Correct answer is C. Lira University. In case of safe custody of valuables, the banker enters into a relationship with the customer. In this case, the banker is blank. These are your options. A, debtor or trustee. B, pledged or trustee. C, bailee or trustee.
A.
A is not the correct answer. Mbarara University. 10 points if you get this correct.
C.
C
Bailee.
is the correct answer. Mbarara University. Who is the payee of a check? These are your options. A, the person named in the check to whom or to whose order the money is to pay is the payee. B, the person receiving payment of a check is the payee. C, payee of a check is the person who presents it before a bank for payment.
B.
B is incorrect. Lira University. A is the correct answer. Lira University. Payment in due course must be blank. These are your options. Payment according to apparent tenor and in good faith. B, payment according to apparent tenor and in good faith and without negligence. C, payment in good faith and without negligence.
B.
B is the correct answer. Mbarara University. Account payee crossing signifies that blank. Your options. A banker should collect it for the payee only. B, a banker must collect it through any account simply. C, a banker must collect it as a holder for value.
A.
A is the correct answer. Lira University. Can a stale check be paid? These are your options. A, must be paid after confirmation of the drawer. B, may be paid without confirmation of the drawer, but after proper inquiry. C, must not be paid under any circumstances.
C.
That is not correct. Mbarara University.
B.
Correct answer is A. Mbarara University. Before a check is paid, the banker should ensure that all the endorsements are blank. Your options. A, genuine to get statutory protection. B, regular and genuine to get statutory protection. C, regular to get statutory protection.
B. Regular and genuine to get statutory protection.
That is the correct answer. Lira University. Can a cross check be paid across the counter? These are your options. A, yes, if the manager approves. B, yes, if it is regularly endorsed. C, no, banker will be liable to the true owner for any loss due to such a payment.
C.
C is the correct answer. Mbarara University. In case of collection of checks, the collecting banker gets statutory protection for only blank. Your options. A, cross checks. B, order checks. C, all kinds of checks. You have 10 seconds to answer that question.
The answer is B.
That is not correct. Lira University.
C.
Correct answer is A. Lira University. A collecting banker can collect a check either as blank. These are your options. A, agent or principal. B, trustee or holder for value. C, agent or holder for value.
B.
Is not the correct answer. Mbarara University.
C. Agent or holder for value.
Correct answer is A, agent or principal. Mbarara University. In bookkeeping, there are 3 kinds of accounts and they are blank. These are your options. A, personal, real and nominal. B, cash, clearing and transfer. C, asset, liability and contra.
The answer is A.
A is the correct answer. Lira University. A floating charge means blank. These are your options. A charge of the assets of a company which is being floated. B, a charge on the shares of a company. C, a charge on the current assets of the company which are constantly changing. D, none of the above.
C.
C is not the correct answer. Mbarara University.
B.
B is the correct answer. Mbarara University. Liquid assets include blank. Your options: A, cash in hand and balances with other banks. B, investments in shares and stocks. C, loans and advances. D, none of the above.
The answer is B.
That is not correct. Lira University.
A.
A is the correct answer. Lira University. A bank maintains an account in the names of A and B payable jointly. On the death of A, the balance in the account is payable to blank. These are your options: A, B. B, A's legal representative. C, B and A's legal representative in equal proportion. D, B and A's legal representative jointly.
D.
D, in fact, is the correct answer, which also brings us to the end of round one. Our scores so far: Mbarara University of Science and Technology, 60 points. Lira University, 100 points. You are watching the Ultimate University Quiz Season 2, sponsored by Bank of Uganda, brought to you by Vision Group and powered by Net Studios Africa. We see you in round 2 of this game.
The Ultimate University Quiz Season 2, brought to you by Vision Group, sponsored by Bank of Uganda, Uganda Communications Commission, Stanbic Bank, Parliament of Uganda, National Environment Management Authority,
Crystal Mineral Water,
and powered by Net Studios Africa. Returns shortly after a short break.
This is the Ultimate University Quiz
Season 2.
Welcome back to the Ultimate University Quiz Season 2, brought to you by Vision Group, sponsored by Bank of Uganda, Uganda Communications Commission, Stanbic Bank, Parliament of Uganda, National Environment Management Authority,
Crystal Mineral Water,
Georgina Eye Clinic, and powered by Net Studios Africa.
This is the Ultimate University Quiz
Season 2.
Welcome to Game 14, Round 2. We are in the semi-finals. Participating universities: Mbarara University of Science and Technology, Season 1 champions with 60 points, not very far behind, and Lira University with 100 points. Now this quiz is sponsored by Bank of Uganda, brought to you by Vision Group and powered by Net Studios Africa. One of these teams advances to the finals, the other we shall meet again in the third place playoffs. Before we get into it, we have a substitute on the side of Lira University. We are going to ask her. She's not new, but to this game, she is fresh. You're going to introduce yourself, madam, name and course.
Thank you. My name is Hasasha Erato Bridget, and I'm a second-year student of public health at Lira University.
Ms. Erato, welcome to the game. Our students, welcome to round 2. Our category is East Africa Literature. The rules of the game are the same as the first. I put a question to you. You answer correctly, you get 10 points. Get it wrong, your opponent has a chance to answer the same question for 10 points. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you ready? Lira University, this time we begin with you. Lira University, Sipi Falls are on which of Africa's mountains? That is the correct answer. Mbarara University, the Ngorongoro crater is found in which of Tanzania's national parks?
Serengeti.
That is the correct answer. Lira University, which fort built by the Portuguese in 1593 is today Mombasa's most visited tourist attraction?
For Jesus.
That is the correct answer. Mbarara University, for how long does a standing committee of parliament serve?
5 years.
That is not correct. Lira University.
2.5 years.
That is the correct answer. Lira University, for how long does a sectoral committee of parliament serve?
For a single sector.
For how long? You've run out of time. Mbarara University, your chance to make 10 points.
2.5 years.
Correct answer is 5 years. Mbarara University, who presided over the 5th Parliament from 1986 to 1996.
Yoweri Kaguta Museveni.
That is the correct answer. Lira University, which parliamentary term refers to cabinet ministers who are not elected by any constituency but attend plenary sessions?
Ex officio.
That is the correct answer. Mbarara University, in which cabin are MPs' documents placed in Parliament? Don't let the time catch you, Mbarara University.
The chambers.
That is not correct. Lira University.
Hansard.
Correct answer is the pigeon hole. Lira University, apart from oversight, making laws and representing the constituents in Parliament, what other role does an MP play?
Appropriation of the budget.
That is the correct answer. In fact, Mbarara University, what is the symbol of authority, and without its presence, Parliament cannot meet or pass laws? It's always protected by the sergeant at arms.
The mess.
That is the correct answer. Lira University, name any 2 non-constituency groups represented in Parliament.
The elderly and the youth.
That is the correct answer. Mbarara University, what name is given to a set of regulations that guide debate on the floor of Parliament?
The rules of procedure.
That is the correct answer. Lira University, published in 2009, which American writer wrote the science fiction novel Under the Dome?
Peter Kemani.
That is not correct. Mbarara University.
Stephen King.
That is the correct answer. Mbarara University, Robert Penn Warren received the 1947 Pulitzer for what political fiction novel? Consult quickly, you're running out of time.
Pass.
Lira University, your chance to make 10 points. Correct.
Citizen King.
Correct answer is All the King's Men. Lira University, who wrote the young adult vampire romance novel Twilight?
Stephanie Meyer.
That is the correct answer. Mbarara University, which American author wrote the novel The Great Gatsby, published in 1925?
Scott Fitzgerald.
That is the correct answer. Lira University, and to think I saw it on Mulberry Street was the first book published by which children's author?
Dr. Seuss.
That is the correct answer. Mbarara University, in Shakespeare's tragedy Romeo and Juliet, what's Romeo's last name?
Mondi.
Repeat your answer, please.
Monde.
That is not the correct answer. Lira University.
Montaigne.
Montaigne is the correct answer. Not Mondi or Mondiu. Montaigne. Those can be very different names. Very different names. Lira University, which American writer wrote the narrative poem The Raven?
Edgar Allan Poe.
That is the correct answer. Mbarara University. The novel Don Quixote was written by which famous Spanish novelist?
Marcel.
That is not the correct answer. Lira University.
Miguel de Cervantes.
That is the correct answer, which also brings us to the end of round 2. Our scores so far on the board: Must 120 points, Lira University 210 points. You are watching the Ultimate University Quiz Season 2, sponsored by Bank of Uganda, brought to you by Vision Group and powered by Next Studios Africa. We meet in round 3 of the game.
The Ultimate University Quiz Season 2, brought to you by Vision Group, sponsored by Bank of Uganda, Uganda Communications Commission, Stanbic Bank, Parliament of Uganda, National Environment Management Authority,
Crystal Mineral Water,
and powered by Net Studios Africa. Returns shortly after a short break.
This is the Ultimate University Quiz.
Season 2.
Welcome back to the Ultimate University Quiz Season 2, brought to you by Vision Group, sponsored by Bank of Uganda, Uganda Communications Commission, Stanbic Bank, Parliament of Uganda, National Environment Management Authority,
Crystal Mineral Water,
Georgina Eye Clinic, and powered by Net Studios Africa.
This is the Ultimate University Quiz.
Season 2.
Welcome back. This is game 14, round 3. Our scores so far: Mbarara University of Science and Technology, 120 points. Lira University, 210 points. This quiz is sponsored by Bank of Uganda, brought to you by Vision Group, and powered by Net Studios Africa. Before we begin, we have a substitute on one of the teams. Mbarara University, your substitute will introduce themselves, name and course.
My name is Jedida Leo.
Welcome to the team. Are you introducing yourself, sir? You okay? All right. This is round 3. Our category is science. Rules of the game are the same as the first two. I'll put a question to you. You answer correctly for 10 points. You get it wrong, your opponent has a chance to answer the exact same question for 10 points. Do you understand?
Yes.
Are you ready? Lira University. What is the death of cells which occurs as a normal and controlled part of an organism's growth or development?
Apoptosis.
That is the correct answer. Mbarara University. Specialized cells are called photoreceptors. What are the two types of photoreceptors in the retina called?
Rods and cones.
That is the correct answer. Lira University. What is the fin on the backs of fish, some whales and dolphins, called?
The dorsal fin.
That is the correct answer. Mbarara University. What is a scientist who specializes in the study of cells called?
Cytologist.
That is the correct answer. Lira University. What part of the brain controls hunger?
Medulla oblongata.
That is not correct. Mbarara University.
Hypothalamus.
That is the correct answer. Mbarara University. What flap on your windpipe helps keep out food particles?
Larynx.
That is not correct. Lira University.
Epiglottis.
Epiglottis is the correct answer. Lira University. What is the galaxy closest in light years to the Milky Way galaxy?
Orsini.
That is not correct. Mbarara University.
Andromeda.
Andromeda is the correct answer. Mbarara University. Which constellation are the stars Castor and Pollux in? Your 10 seconds are running out.
Pisces.
That's not correct. Lira University. Correct answer is Gemini. Lira University. What element is a diamond composed of?
Carbon.
Carbon is the correct answer. Mbarara University. What is the splitting of atomic nuclei called?
Nuclear fission.
That is the correct answer. Lira University. What is the sticky part of the pistil called?
Stigma.
Sigma is the correct answer. Mbarara University. Botulinum toxin is commonly referred to as what?
Neurotoxin.
That is not correct. Lira University.
Botox.
Botox is the correct answer. Lira University. What is made by white blood cells to help fight off infection?
Antibodies.
Antibodies is correct. Mbarara University. Which person is known for publishing the interpretation of dreams?
Charles Darwin.
That's not correct. Lira.
Sigmund Freud.
That is the correct answer. Lira University, what is the calm center part of a hurricane called?
The eye.
The eye is correct. Mbarara University, what layer of the earth is right below the crust?
Mantle.
Mantle is the correct answer. Lira University, what are the lower chambers of the human heart called?
Ventricles.
Ventricles is correct. Mbarara University, what part of the brain is responsible for vision?
The occipital lobe.
That is the correct answer. Lira University, who is considered the father of organic chemistry? The father of organic chemistry.
Kekulé.
Repeat your answer.
Kekulé.
That is not correct. Mbarara University,
Grignard.
correct answer is Friedrich Wöhler. Mbarara University, what scientists proposed the theory of continental drift?
Malthus.
That is not correct. Lira University,
Charles Darwin.
correct answer is Alfred Wegener. This also brings us to the end of round 3. Our scores so far: Mbarara University 190 points, Lira University has 310 points. You are watching the Ultimate University Quiz Season 2. This quiz is sponsored by Bank of Uganda, brought to you by Vision Group and powered by Net Studios Africa. We meet in the 4th round, which is also the final round. This means one of these universities will be advancing to the finals. The other we shall meet in the 3rd place playoffs. Keep watching. We meet in round 4 of the game.
The Ultimate University Quiz Season 2, brought to you by Vision Group, sponsored by Bank of Uganda, Uganda Communications Commission, Stanbic Bank, Parliament of Uganda, National Environment Management Authority,
Crystal Mineral Water,
and powered by Net Studios Africa. Returns shortly after a short break.
This is the Ultimate University Quiz.
Season 2.
Welcome back to the Ultimate University Quiz Season 2, brought to you by Vision Group, sponsored by Bank of Uganda, Uganda Communications Commission, Stanbic Bank, Parliament of Uganda, National Environment Management Authority,
Crystal Mineral Water,
Georgina Eye Clinic, and powered by Net Studios Africa.
This is the Ultimate University Quiz.
Season 2. The ozone moment in the Ultimate University Quiz is brought to you by NEMA. Which of the following best describes the impact of the Montreal Protocol on global greenhouse gas emissions?
A is the answer.
Go with C.
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 The ozone moment in the Ultimate University Quiz was brought to you by NEMA.
Welcome back. We are in the semi-finals. This is round 4 of game 14. This is our last game before one of these teams moves on to the finals. Participating universities: Mbarara University, our champions from last year, with 190 points, and Lira University with 310 points. This is also our rapid round, which means our students that the rules are different. Each of you gets a set of 10 questions. You answer them, 10 seconds each. You run out of time, I'll give you the answer. We move on to the next. You understand?
Yes.
Are you ready? This time, let's begin with Mbarara University. Our category in round 4 is world events. Mbarara University identified these world events between 2000 and 2024. Mbarara University, what were computers feared to suffer as a result of them failing to recognize the year 2000? Is that a pass?
Pass.
Correct answer, Y2K bag. In what year did the Great Recession happen, triggered by the collapse of the mortgage sector in the United States?
Correct
answer, 2008. An attack on the United States turned the Twin Towers in New York to ground blank. What is the answer?
Round 0.
That is the correct answer. The European Union adopted a single currency in what year?
2008.
Correct answer is 2002. 2003, US invaded which country over weapons of mass destruction?
Iraq.
That is the correct answer. When US attacked Iraq, who was the US Secretary of State and the face of the diplomatic initiative?
Hillary Clinton.
The correct answer is Colin Powell. In February 2014, Russian forces launched a full-scale invasion of which neighbor?
Ukraine.
Ukraine is correct. In which year did Mark Zuckerberg start Facebook?
2004.
That is the correct answer. 2005. Germany's first female chancellor is elected. What is her name?
Angela Merkel.
That is correct. What did Macworld CEO Steve Jobs launch in 2007?
iPhone.
That is the correct answer, which also brings us to the end of your 10 questions for the rapid round. Lira University, our second team, these are your questions. Identify these world events between 2000 and 2024. 2017 saw Harvey Weinstein and the launch of which movement against sexual abuse?
Me Too.
Me Too is the correct answer. Who was Barack Obama's competitor in the 2008 presidential elections?
John McCain.
That is correct. In September 2013, President Xi Jinping announced the largest infrastructure project in human history. What is its name? Is that a pass?
Pass.
Correct answer is the Belt and Road Initiative. In 2009, a COVID-19 virus broke out in which Chinese city?
Wuhan.
That is correct. In 2014, Russia invaded eastern Ukraine and annexed which region?
Crimea.
Correct. In 2018, China abolished term limits, allowing which president to remain in power as long as he is able?
Xi Jinping.
That is correct. This 15-year-old schoolgirl led strikes against climate change.
Greta Thunberg.
That is correct. 2008, Russia invaded which country that has regions such as South Ossetia and Abkhazia?
Kazakhstan.
Correct answer is Georgia. On January 6, 2021, in which Western democracy was there an uprising to try and prevent the certification of election results?
USA.
That is correct. The presidential candidate of which US party was forced out of the campaigns after a disastrous debate performance in June 2024?
Joe Biden.
Correct answer is the Democratic Party, which also brings us to the end of Game 14, Round 4. We have winners. Our winner is Lira University with 380 points. Our champions from Season 1, well fought, well tried. They managed 250 points. A very tough team, Mbarara University of Science and Technology. We move on to Game 15. We shall be meeting other teams that will be playing there. Well, this quiz is sponsored by Bank of Uganda, brought to you by Vision Group, and powered by Net Studios Africa. We welcome our teams to shake hands. Congratulations. Lira University has managed to knock out Season 1 champions, Mbarara University. Well fought. Mbarara University emerged as the last 4 teams getting into the semi-finals. Well fought, Mbarara University. We hope to see you in Season 3. Well fought, Mbarara University. A very brilliant team. Well fought, Mbarara University. There you have it. Lira University has managed to knock out Season 1 champions, Mbarara University of Science and Technology. A very, very tough team. This means Lira University will be in the finals. Still to play, Gulu University versus Kabale University. One of those teams is going to meet Lira University in the finals. For those of you who are watching, thank you for keeping it with us so far. We meet in Game 15.
This is the Ultimate University Quiz.